Support, guys and girls, of recent and throughout all the years. Some of you have said you've been following me for nine or 11 years. I appreciate it. So you guys are all saying that my videos should get views and they deserve more views and things, and I really appreciate that, and I agree with you. I want to get on the bigger podcast platforms to share my story, because I've got two stories that will massively help people, men and women, and I've wrote both of my stories down in detail, so I'm sure you guys and girls can do what you can, right? I'm not afraid, and I'm not ashamed to fail. That's been the story of my whole life. I've succeeded because I've had the courage to go through the failures, right? I used to get invited a lot on podcast shows, and I did many years ago, and I enjoyed it. I went for a stage where I didn't enjoy it anymore and I didn't want to do it, but now my heart's changed and I've learnt a lot, and I've got my teaching has changed, some of my message has changed, and I would like to share that. So there's nothing to lose, only to gain. Right, so for you podcasters out there who want a really good guest, you know, who's good looking, who's caring, confident, and can bring massive value to your platform, I'd be really honoured to come on and share my story and have a conversation. I'd rather have a conversation in person, personally, than do it over Zoom, although that's better than nothing. So my first story was I suffered from anxiety growing up, depression, panic attacks, paranoia, severe social anxiety. This was as a result of being bullied growing up. The bullying affected my confidence. In my early 20s, I started to suffer from daily panic attacks and suicidal thoughts. My negative thoughts would make me feel depressed, isolated, and really lonely. So I hit rock bottom in my mid-20s, and out of sheer depression, I started praying to God for help. Soon after, I listened to a motivational video from Les Brown, and it inspired me to change my life. By age 29, I became successful and my mental health problems went away. I was living a very happy time. I had a new girlfriend, new friends, new environment. I was earning really good money running my dating and relationship coaching business. You know, things were going well, and I never believed they would ever change. Several years after this honeymoon period of achieving success in business in all areas of my life, I started to suffer from intense anxiety and depression, which was more intense than I ever suffered before. At age 34, I suffered from a mental health breakdown, and I had to be hospitalized for 6 weeks in a mental hospital, also known as, anyway, that's another story. This was the most difficult experience of my life. I had to go on medication to calm my anxiety and the stress down. I put on a lot of weight from the medication, the overeating, and the depression. How did this happen to me? I asked myself the question. From being a famous and successful, world's leading dating and relationship expert to living in a mental hospital. Despite this being a tough time in my life, what come from this experience was priceless. Let me just first start off by saying that this experience gave me a new type of strength that I never had before. It made me less judgmental of other people's struggles, especially people that go through mental health challenges, anxiety, depression, and so forth. During my time at hospital, I did a lot of praying. I read the St. James's Bible, and it gave me strength. I met some lovely people during that time that helped me to move forward despite being so mentally and emotionally vulnerable. I set myself a new goal when I come out of hospital to lose weight, get myself fit, like I was in my early 20s. I wanted to do this to help other people, including my clients, my friends, and people that also struggle with anxiety, mental health, low self-esteem, depression, and who lack confidence and self-esteem. I wanted to rebuild my business, rebuild my relationships with my family, my friends, and myself, and new people. It was important to me to become a better person than I was prior to the breakdown. My goal was to lose weight, get in shape, and get into a great place, place both mentally, physically, and spiritually. This experience has given me more strength to open up about my personal struggles with anxiety throughout the good and bad times in my life. I thought my life was over during that period. When they first sent me to the Gordon Hospital, I was terrified. I thought they're never going to let me out again. I'm never going to be well again. I was terrified that they would never release me from hospital. This was the biggest learning experience for me. I'm not afraid to say this, but this experience, especially later on, has given me more confidence in all areas of my life. Overcoming a mental health breakdown for me personally was a bigger success than the first part of my story where I built a successful business. Thank God for good people that looked out for me when I most needed help. It's now 2003 and I've made a full recovery. I was 96 kilos in 2017, sorry. I'm now 80 kilos. I've lost 16 kilos in weight. I'm off medication, although I drink a lot of coffee. I've changed my diet from eating takeaways every single day to now eating healthy meals most days. I'm running my business again. I'm working with some amazing clients. It hasn't been an easy ride, but I'd be lying if I said to you that I haven't grown as a person and benefited and done so many things that I'd never have imagined that I could do before I had the mental health breakdown. Example, traveling to Germany and to Latvia. These were the biggest fears of my life. This is why I'm putting out my fitness journey on all my platforms, to inspire men and women that are suffering from anxiety to find courage to live a great life. Training and dieting are fantastic ways of building confidence and reducing anxiety. This is a story of a great struggle. Everybody can relate to that. Courage and strength is what enabled me to get through difficult times in both occasions in my life throughout both stories. Creating a vision and working towards that vision every single day is how I succeeded at making a full recovery. These are the things that I learned during my time in hospital that I've taken forward in my life, in my business, and in my everyday thinking. Goal setting, accountability, discipline, daily habits, gratitude, honesty, hard work, being kind to other people, helping people whenever you can. These are the things that the mental health breakdown experience taught me. So I would like to go into greater detail when I get the opportunity, the privilege to go on these podcast platforms. I'm a humble person. I'll go on small platforms, providing that the people are good and they're going to let me share my story from the right place. We're going to, have a great time, and it's going to help a lot of people. So if you guys and girls could share this video, put it out there, and let's see what happens. I've been praying on this. I feel ready to go. And let's see what happens. And if I fail, I'm totally fine with it, because I feel great about myself, and just being here today, having this opportunity, is already success. And I teach this to my clients and I live this. You've got to have the courage to put yourself out there. If you want to be a better person and help people, you've got to do it. And if you're not going to do it, then you're not going to grow and you're just going to stay stuck, all right? So I appreciate you guys sharing this, liking it, and maybe asking a few of the podcasters, hey, get Jonathan on, he's got a good story, he really wants to help people. I've been teaching for 11 years, so I'm qualified, I'm still learning a lot, and let's just see what happens, all right? Appreciate the support. You guys and girls are great, and if you don't want to do it, I still appreciate you supporting me throughout all these years anyway, all right? Have a great day, bye.